Shalom, all praises unto Yahweh, V'Hasham Yahweh Shai, V'Hasham Ruach Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, V'Hasham Yahweh Shai, V'Hasham Ruach Kodash. Now, as you can see, it says bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and ham are officially classified in the same cancer risk group as cigarettes. All right, so, that's Esau's doctors now telling you that pretty much bacon, basically can give you cancer, bro. Basically, can give you cancer, and it's a health risk. So the Esau's, which they knew this all along anyway, but they're just coming out and telling you now. Even over here in England, the NHS a few years back actually came out and said the same thing. Also, people need to stop eating bacon, but they've said these things when they've already done the damage. The damage has already been done for hundreds of years in Esau's Western civilization. They promoted they promoted bacon, all right, the swine's flesh, which where according to the scriptures, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai did not permit the Israelites to eat the swine's flesh. It's an abominable meat. That's why they even in Islam, which is a rip-off of the scriptures, they don't eat the swine's flesh. All right? But that's really from the Bible itself. The swine's flesh is not permitted according to the scriptures. All right? So now Esau's coming out with it basically, and they're telling you that even the NHS, they came out, like I said, the doctors in the UK, they came out and said, look, people need to stay away from the swine's flesh, but the damage has already been done. All right? The damage has already been done because they're telling you, this is how you know this man's the devil, because they'll tell you to not eat the swine's flesh, but then on the other hand, they'll promote it. They'll promote it through TV shows. They'll promote it through celebrities. They promote these celebrity sandwiches in McDonald's or Burger King, etc. And all the so-called high-profile burgers have what in it? Bacon, swine's flesh. All right, and they'll use a rap superstar or a big-time musician, which is predominantly Jake's, to promote it. Getting the people hooked on it. Even during the time of slavery, during the time of slavery in the plantations, what did Esau give Jake in America? The Jakes in America gave Jake the scraps of the leftover food, like that he wouldn't eat, like the chicken's feet, cow's foot, and scraps of pork. And Jake's made what you call today, like, chitlins, intestines of the intestines of the pig and shit like that. So he did all that, and Jake made what they call soul food today. And now, here is now, even Esau, the soul food industry, the food industry, soul food's like a big thing. There's high-end restaurants and stuff like that. But this was all food that scraps you gave us to have in slavery, man. And you gave us them abominable parts of the pig and all that. And Jake made food out of it. All right? So this is, all part of the devil's ideology, because now they're telling you not to eat it. But for hundreds of years, you promoted it. So let me read this here. Bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and ham are officially classified in the same cancer risk group as cigarettes. It says, according to the World Health Organization, the WHO, processed meats, including bacon, hot dogs, sausages, and ham, were officially classified as Group 1 carcinogens back in 2015, placing them in the same risk category as cigarettes, alcohol, and asbestos. The classification caused immediate panic online, but the nuance matters the most. The nuance matters, and most headlines missed it. Being in the same risk group as cigarettes does not mean processed meats is as dangerous as cigarettes. Group 1 simply means there is sufficient evidence that the substance can cause cancer in humans. Not that the risk level is identical. The WHO estimates that eating 50 grams of processed meat daily, roughly 2 strips of bacon, increases cholesterol cancer risk by about 18%. Basically, they're telling you that this shit causes cancer, man, in the long run. Esau will go into all these statistics. You eat bacon and the swine's flesh, and it will destroy you in the long run. Why? Because it's an unlawful meat. The main thing is, biblically, swine's flesh is unlawful. There's flesh we can eat and there's flesh we can't eat. all right, of the sea and of the earth. So there's animals on the earth that we can eat and we can't eat. There's animals there's sea animals we can eat and we can't eat. All right, according to the Bible. Okay, and the elite of Edom know this. That's why they promote all these abominations, because they have set their system up opposed to the righteousness of the scriptures. And the main reason why they do all of that as well is to keep our people going off, to keep the Israelites in perpetual sin. All right? Okay? To keep the Israelites in perpetual sin, okay? So let me read this here. Deuteronomy 14:8, it says, "And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch of their dead carcass." This is the swine. It told you why we shouldn't eat it. It says, "And the swine, because it divideth the hoof," has the divided hoof, right? It says, "Yet cheweth not the cud. It is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses." And you know, when you look at, and this is out of the scriptures, the Lord put it out plain. This is the swine talking about the pig. Basically, he's telling us you can't touch it, don't eat it. And you know what as well, what's funny, when it comes to pigs, the swine, it's come out that, you know, we know the things of it. It doesn't release toxins. You know, it's just, it eats anything. The pigs eat human flesh, man. You got some people that will feed their pigs dead humans, and they'll eat it up. All right, and that's in their system. And then guess what? That becomes bacon and goes into the fucking supermarkets, and people be eating that. All right? It eats all kind of abominations, man. The pig will eat itself. All right? It's a filthy animal. Basically, it has its purpose. It's a filthy animal to eat, but it has its purpose. It's the dustbin of the planet Earth, basically. That's the purpose of the swine. It's the dustbin of the earth. It eats. It's basically an earthly dustbin. Okay, that's what it is. And even Yahweh Shai, when he cast the demons out and put the demons into the pigs, what did the pigs do? They jumped off a cliff. And why would the Lord put them demons into the pigs? All right. So, hey, Esau understands this stuff. He knows it's unlawful according to the Bible to eat the swine's flesh. But like I said, he'll promote it so then our people can continuously stay in sin. All right. Let me read this here. So our people can I'll just make this quick, but just a quick one. Habakkuk 2:13. Okay, it says, well, I'll read from 15. But the point is, it's unlawful. But you know, our people are all into that. You can't tell Jake not to eat swine's flesh. You know, and you know it's funny because when you come in this truth, and the Lord takes that particular demon off you, because you know we're always fighting demons, but that particular demon comes off you because brothers once ate pork, and you didn't see anything wrong with it. But that demon comes off you, and then you know when pork and stuff is cooked around you, it smells disgusting. You can smell. It's like when you was in the world, you didn't have that spirit on you where it smelled disgusting. You just eating it. You know, for those of us that ate pork. But then when you come in, that did eat pork at once. But when you come in the truth, you can just smell. It's awful. You can't bear being around it. That's the spirit. The Lord took that particular demon off you. All right. So this is Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Yeah. This is talking about the elite of Edom. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him. What's the drink? The drink is the basically like you give someone alcohol, you get them drunk, right? Well, the drink in this case is talking about philosophies. All right. Since our captivity, what's Esau done? He's been making our people do all kind of wickedness since slavery. In slavery, he was pushing like adultery amongst Jake, you know, letting one Jake marry a woman, then another Jake pops her, pushing all that adultery shit. You know, he was doing all kind of stuff. He was making our people eat the scraps of pigs, you know. So that's giving us the drink, you know, basically making us sin. Fast forward to today's system, today's society, it's the same thing. It's just done in different ways now. Promoted through movies, promoted through TV shows. To eat the pig, adultery is promoted amongst our people through the music. Murder's promoted amongst our people. So that's the drink, the philosophy. All right, the philosophy of democracy, the philosophy of this society, the philosophy of the so-called white man, his wickedness. And remember, these Edomites, man, that pig spirit goes back a long time with these devils. Even during the time of Antiochus, what did they do? They sacked the temple and they started sacrificing pigs on the altar. So this is the wickedness of this devil. They were sacrificing swine's flesh on them altars in the temple in Jerusalem. All right, Antiochus Epiphanes and the Greeks. So this pork shit goes back a long way with this devil, man. And he knows our people are not meant to eat it. There's things our people are supposed to do that keeps us in line with the Heavenly Father. He knows that. So yeah, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunk, and also that thou mayest look on thy nakedness. Yeah, and they put all this wickedness amongst our communities. Our people follow along with it. And then our people basically become drunk with the wickedness of Esau, basically. Our people become drunk with it. All right? So our people become drunk with the wickedness and philosophies of the Edomites. Okay? And that's basically what happens. Our people become caught up in all kind of evil, man. But that's the devil promoting it. Then our people follow along with it. Then they look upon our people like, look how wicked your people are to the Heavenly Father, the elites. You know? And then they look down on us, but they're promoting all this amongst our community, man. And you got a lot of jakes that get cancer and shit like that because of years of eating abominations, man. Get gout in the foot, morbidly obese, that, you know, you can't, it's got all the pig fat in the body and all this abominable foods that you just can't get rid of over these years. Right? Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also and let thy foreskin be uncovered. This is talking about Esau. You're filled with shame for glory. It says, drink thou also and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Meaning what? So Esau, what he's done is going to fall on him. Because the Lord sees all this. Even though our people are in the 2/3 of Israel, you know, and the Lord's elect, we're in this hellhole system, and we got to deal with all this stuff that's happening around us. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai sees it and is going to relieve us of this. You know, he's going to destroy this system inevitably. All right? So the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's marking everything that's happening. All right? But the beautiful thing is, you know, brothers that wake up to this truth, we instantly turn away from abominations. Lord willing, we you know, if you once smoked a lot, you cut yourself off from that. If you once ate a lot of pork, you cut yourself off from that. If you once was a serial adulterer, you cut yourself off from that. Stop doing it because you know the Lord's watching. All right? The Lord's watching, and you turn away from your wickedness as you're supposed to. All right? This is Ezekiel, and I'll end it on this, but this is Ezekiel 4:13. Even these seafoods, these crustaceans, you know, lobsters and prawns, and we're not supposed to be eating all that. And there was a point in America where basically, there's a point in America where pretty much people didn't used to eat all of that type of stuff, man. I can't remember all the full story of it, but it was in America. People never used to eat all these crustaceans and things like that. All right? But it was a way the elites so-called promoted it as fine dining. So they basically they were making millions of dollars and pounds off of you eating scraps, basically, because they promoted it to you as fine dining. Prawns, lobsters, scraps, the bottom feeder food. So they were laughing at you. They were making money out of nothing, getting crustaceans out of the sea and feeding the people and promoting it to you as fine dining. I'm pretty sure the wicked elite don't be sitting around eating lobsters all day. They eat all the best grass-fed cows and lambs and things like that. They don't just sit around eating lobster all day. That's for you goyim to think you're rich, man, while they're playing you, poisoning you. The devils, the Esau's are the greatest trickster on the planet Earth, man. All right? So this is Ezekiel 4:13. It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And this is what the Lord did. So wherever we are in this world, our people are eating defiled food. Whether it's literal bread, whether it's, whether it's literal bread, whether, whether it's literally the bread you're eating, the meat you're eating is all defiled. All right, the crops, and then not to mention the actual the real defiled, abominable foods like bacon, crabs, pork, lobsters. These are the real defiled foods that you're not meant to eat according to the Bible. Unlawful fish, swordfish, the fish without scales and fins. Motherfuckers eating shark meat and shit like that. You got people out there. You got Jake with them gumbo pots eating alligator and all kind of madness. So this is what the Lord did unto us, man. He says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, wherever I will drive them. And this is what even us, the brothers of the hopeful elect, that are in this word, man, we know we're eating defiled food. You can't get around this. We do our best to stay lawful. We don't eat abominable foods. We eat the lawful food, but even that's defiled. You get damn chicken breast or whatever, and that stuff could be laced with pork. The outer layer could be laced with pork. This is the devil we're dealing with here. But it's just funny that now Esau's coming out and telling you that bacon is not good for you. It causes cancer, but the damage is already done. And this is how the devil works. He'll do hundreds of years of damage, then come out and tell you it's not really beneficial for you. But all you got to do is follow what the scriptures says. The scriptures give our people a guideline, a dietary guideline, a guideline on all sorts, how to deal with family, a guideline on how to deal with your land. But we have a dietary guideline, what to eat, what not to eat. And one of the main things is, you don't eat that pork, man. But with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rocha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that teach in this word. Shalom Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rocha Kodash. Shalom, shalom.